Hey guys, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches with another exciting episode for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to please throw a like on this video and subscribe. Today we are not talking about Rolex. We are talking about a little fun watch that you might enjoy. But before we get to the meat and potatoes of that issue, let's go ahead and show it to you with a quick fist watch check. You know what to do. Today, in fact, I am wearing the watch in question. It is a Phoibos, or is it Phoibos? I'm gonna say Phoibos, but I'm not entirely sure. Guys, let's turn the camera around and take a look at this cute little watch. This is the Phoibos Voyager. I'm just knocking out the specs really quick. It is 40 millimeters wide, has cute little crown guards on there, and a very generously sized knurled crown, so it is easy to access. 300 meters. It's 14 millimeters thick, so it's a little chubby for its size, and its lug to lug is only 46, so it's eminently wearable. And before we quit this, I will show you a lume shot, and I will also show you, another wrist shot. Now you can see me in the camera there, so clearly this could use a shot of AR coating, which it doesn't have. But what I think you ought to have a good look at is that dial. Guys, the cost of this watch, $269 smackaroonies. It's got an NH35 movement in it. So not an expensive movement, but certainly a reliable one. And that's a movement by Seiko, fellas. But I really think the winner here is the form factor, the bezel, and the dial. And it has a lot of lume, BGW 917 coats. So it's going to be a little bit of a baby lume monster. Normally, you almost have to go up to like a Grand Seiko to get a dial with this much texture and this much animated light play. But here you're getting it for a couple $100. Crazy. I marked this video paid promotion because they told me don't bother sending the watch back. So I'm keeping it. And we're going to talk about the markings on this bezel, which are in bas relief, bead blasted here. But first, let's have a quick look at the fine link bracelet. It's actually very, very nice, especially for this money. The clasp is great, has that little logo emblazoned on it. But I especially like the twin pushers and the milled out clasp there. It does not have a lot of micro adjustments. I think an extra one would have been great. And no dive extension or anything, but some of these clasps that come out of China, Phoibos is a Hong Kong brand. And some of these clasps are micro adjustable on the fly. This one is not, but again, for the price point. In fact, I'm actually quite impressed with this watch for the money. We have satin finish all over the watch. Now the bezel, when you look at it from the side, guys, it reminds me an awful lot of my Zin 104 bezel, which is a great bezel. So essentially what you have here is a poor man's GMT with a loomed pip right here at the 12 o'clock position. And so think of it as a 12-hour GMT. So if we were an hour ahead, or I wanted to track another time zone, it would be 19 minutes before the hour of 2 in that second time zone. You'd have to know your own AM and PM. So that's kind of how that works. Now, as far as bezel action goes, it's surprisingly good. First, it's unidirectional. So I think they just basically built this on a dive watch platform, because a GMT, most of them that I have seen with this type of bezel are omnidirectional or bidirectional, meaning they go either way. But like a dive watch, this one only goes counterclockwise. It's stiff, it's super positive. If I had any complaint, usually on watches at this price point, if I have a complaint, it's that the bezels are loose and sloppy. If anything, this one's actually a little extra tight. But in my experience, if you play with them for a while and you just rotate them a lot, dunk them in hot water or warm water and do it again, you know, they loosen up. It's not intolerable, but it's probably 10 or 20% firmer than what I would actually totally want. But you know, easy to get right back to its position, and it sure is attractive. Let me throw it on the wrist and I will show you. Oh, and again, that clasp. You know, this is really good, guys. And we've got screws here. Really nice. Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna get up off of the deck floor, move around in the light a little bit here so I can kind of, oh, well, you know, what we're looking at here, fellas, is some really intense clouds, so the sunshine is not collaborating. But as I move a little bit and gets a little bit of light play, you can see what I'm talking about here in terms of the dial. This is a really dynamic dial. And gosh, for a couple $100 if you're looking for something to throw in your toolkit for vacation, track your second time zone, I don't think you can go wrong. $269, 14 millimeters thick, so it's a chubby little thing. But I don't mind that, because at 40 millimeters it wears kind of small due to that small kind of lug to lug, and therefore the chubbiness and the kind of weight of it remind me that I'm wearing a watch, so it doesn't feel cheap. The bracelet's excellent. So guys, I will throw a loom shot of this baby up right before the closing credits. And yeah, again, just reiterating the price, $269, giving you another quick look around it. This is a crowded price point, but there's an awful lot of G-Shocks that cost more than this. So what I'm not saying is you got to run out and buy one of these. I'm not a shill for the company. What I am saying is I'm glad they sent it to me, because I was legitimately surprised at the weight, the feel, the design, and the unique aesthetic of this watch for the money. And I think that that's what it's all about. I have a gold Submariner, so I've got, like, you know, pretty pricey stuff, but I'll tell you what, when I'm in the gym or traveling, depending on where I'm going and stuff, I'd love to throw on something fun. I don't know, guys, I just like watches. So I like expensive watches, I like cheap watches, but most of all, what I want are watches that I could, like, throw on and, like, not worry about too much. The really expensive stuff, sometimes it ends up living in the safe. Anyway, tell me what you think about this one. Stay tuned for the loom shot. I find it very surprising. And the loom, really pretty damn good. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this off and get to that loom before the heavens open. Take care. This is Goldberg. Peace out. Loom next. What you are seeing here is 17 coats of BGW9, so it comes out in blue. Now, CW3 Super Luminova, in my experience, lasts a little bit longer than BGW9, but with 17 coats, trust me, this is very loomy and it lasts quite a long time. I never actually noticed that illuminated seconds track before I shot this photo, so it's actually cooler than even what I thought.
Paint the sky.